The debt ceiling, my thoughts at a high level is that this is political theater that we do every year, and what I think is most which shows how much of a marketing campaign gets pushed for this whole debt ceiling controversy. It's really the only time that you see public financial officials, scream bloody murder about what would happen in financial markets if the debt ceiling didn't get raised. I mean, you see all these other scary situations emerge in markets, and you see public officials saying, "Oh, we have it under control." They're trying to keep sentiment in a positive light. And it's only when the debt ceiling comes out that they're like, "Oh, okay, be very afraid. We got to raise this thing, and we need bipartisan support for it." And I think what was interesting is when I was watching the Senate hearing committee a few days ago, and I was tweeting a bit about this. Um, the Democrats could pass a raise to the debt ceiling unilaterally because of the amount of control that they have. So it's not really a question of if the debt ceiling would get raised. Um, they could do it themselves very easily as an amendment to in the bill, but with the amount of lip service that gets paid to, "Oh, we need to raise this and it would be catastrophic if we didn't," is because they're trying to, it's this political theater where they're trying to get bipartisan support to actually have both sides of the party get their fingerprints on the bill so that in the future, they can go back and say, "Oh, well, the Republicans also wanted to increase the debt ceiling as well." So it's a form of future leverage that they're really just, playing a game of chicken with each other over. And the Republicans are going to say, "No, we don't want to do that." And, they're going to be pushing public opinion through their media outlets, however, which way they can do it. And they're playing a political game, and they're putting the credit of the global sovereign currency at stake over this game. But it's not really a question of whether or not they can pass it. And then there's also this whole like mint the coin thing going on that was, publicized heavily through like Rohan Gray and some of his papers, and Joe Weisenthal is all on board with it. A lot of debate on that. I think that my take is it works. It could work, and the argument against is if there is if you can legally interpret the Constitution in a way that something like that could actually work, and people could say, "Okay, well, because the federal government has the power to coin these specific types of money, then we can use that to circumvent the congressional power of being able to raise our debt ceiling." So like, I guess it works. And I honestly, with the way that I view the world, I think for people that don't view Bitcoin as being the alternative monetary system that's eventually going to dominate, um, they might view that as a very silly thing to do and a very bad thing to do for our current system. But because I view that we have this private, decentralized, emerging system that people can opt into, I think the more ridiculous things get in our current financial system, the better. I mean, let's rip the band-aid off. Let's let this happen really quickly, and let's do some sort of ridiculous concept like this, and let's move on with our lives. But yeah, so there's chalk it all up to it's pretty much just political theater, and they can raise the debt ceiling, and there's a variety of avenues they can do that through.